Hey, oh my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Park Spotlight. Hopefully you guys are ready for the time of your lives with this end-to-end mega park, which we're featuring is Pixel Continents, created by PixelWess 89, one of the legends in this community. And here they say, finally, after 3.5 years and hundreds of hours later, Pixel Continents Park is finished. This is my 6th mega park and has the Earth as my main subject. In this theme park, I take the guests on a wonderful trip around the world. It's not a copy of existing buildings, monuments, or attractions, but the feelings and atmosphere of every part of the world. Fun guaranteed. In this park, you will find 10 roller coasters, 2 themed water rides, 2 dark rides, 2 transport rides, and 13 flat rides, 1 go-karts, 1 fireworks show, 2 hotels, lots of restaurants and shops. On the roof, on the left building at the entrance, you'll find a sign, I think it was what they're trying to say, to get more FPS in the park. Last but not least, I still have to thank you and the community. Due to the mini park contest 2 and fantastic submissions from the community, I have found my love for Planet Coaster again. This was, for me, the reason to finish the 6th park and to make new plans for the future. Greetings, PixelWess. Well, that is a very sweet introduction, Sir PixelWess, and I do think I owe him an apology because this park was submitted a long time ago. Oh, it's January of this year. That's not too long ago. This is one of the few parks that I tagged with a sad face FPS. On my old computer, I was getting about 8 frames per second, and I did not want to slog around this park and feature something that I couldn't run on my computer. However, we now have the new beast of a machine, and I am proud to present to you guys a 30 plus FPS park with 4,000 guests in the park. That is right. So he said that there was some sort of sign that will increase FPS. I'm assuming it's related to deleting something. We're not going to have to do that here today. So why don't we get right on into it? Bam, 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 bam. The guests have finished pouring into the park. Here we got a parking lot over here, and a parking lot over there. And we are making our way to the plaza here, the Pixel Continents theme park. They said that this was their 6th ever mega park. If I am not mistaken, I have featured all 6 of PixelWess's parks. He is a fan favorite on the show here, making the best parks we have ever seen. We have come to love and appreciate all of the PixelWess parks, the Pixel Parks. And if I have missed any, you just let me know, PixelWess, and resubmit it or something. Message me on Discord. If there are any of your parks that we have not featured, we could definitely make sure to do that now. And as mentioned in the previous episode, I kind of briefly mentioned it. Now that I got this new computer, are there any parks out there that we should reconsider a refeature now that we have like at least triple the performance with guests in the park and reshade? Because reshade is something I introduced to the community or into my videos, to the community through my videos. Only like a year ago, I believe, at this point. So not only is reshade rather new, but the ability to run parks at an actual decent frame rate is also new. So there's this little island here. I think we should visit this first. So we get to go to all different locations around the world. But more of a, you know, an adventure through those areas, like an environmental pass, if you will. Kind of reminds me of our Project Planko, but we're doing ours in a World's Fair city style. So we got to visit all the cities of the world, and this is kind of like visiting all the environments, which is really cool. Look at the beautiful view from across the lake here. Looking stunning. I think we're making our way up to what appears to be one of the first dark rides. Oh, it's a spinning coaster. Some of these I may do at night, some of them at day. If any require a little bit of both. I'm sure PixelWess is one of the few people in this community that, you know, controls his rides with great precision. I'm going to turn the volume down just a little bit. It seems rather loud. I'm having a hard time hearing myself think. So we have the spinning spiral coaster. Here's a look at all the results if you'd like to see them. Not too crazy in duration or anything. None of the stats are really pointing out that nuts, but it's a good, mild, family-friendly ride to kick things off. So why don't we... Yeah, there we go. We got the day-night sequencer being used on this. We'll do seat view so we can enjoy the spin. And off we go. Wow, freaking we. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I am smiling ear to ear, not only because it's a PixelWess park, but because I have the ability to run it. You don't know how heartbroken I was when I saw this pop up in my inbox around January, and I thought to myself, oh, PixelWess park, I gotta feature this. Opened it up, and it was like a PowerPoint presentation, and I just didn't have the heart to do it. And I'm glad I waited, because we're doing it now with the new computer. And riding that coaster, seeing my frame rate going between 30 to 40 at times with 4,000 guests in the park. You guys are probably sick and tired of hearing me say it, because I mentioned it in the last episode and now again. But this is a game changer, you know? I have to at least iterate on it a little bit, because basically we haven't been able to run a Planet Coaster park, a mega park, like at this size, above 20 FPS, if not 15, since the game came out. It took 7 years for processors to catch up to be able to actually throw enough power at this game's engine. And it's still not enough. Maybe computers in 2034 will be strong enough to run this game at 60 FPS. It's crazy. But there's a lot of assets being loaded into this game, and in the most inefficient way possible. But I am just glad it's tolerable now. So here we go. We got the Huayna? Huayna go on this coaster? It's about 1 kilometer in length. 4 inversions. What kind of coaster is it? Oh, it's a winged coaster. Very, very cool. I'll cut to it when it's ready. All right, very cool. That one was programmed to do a little bit both day and night, although it went day when we went inside at the end there, and it went night when we went outside. It was a little confusing to me, but very cool nonetheless. What do we got going on here? All right. Little festivities happening here. Giving me some World's Fair vibes. Little Mexico here. I like it. Good times, guys. We finally get to play Planet Coaster as intended with guests in the park. I am so happy. It makes quite a difference seeing all these people about, seeing them on the coasters themselves, walking through a queue full of guests. It's amazing. This week feels like my Planet Coaster 2.0, and I am excited. So excited that I'm bringing you guys 2 mega parks this week. If you haven't seen the one I featured on Thursday, go check that out. It is a must-watch Disney-inspired park by Rai Rai. So we're bringing out 2 legends in 1 week. I am giving you guys a complete spoiler week. I feel spoiled with my new computer, so I gotta spoil you guys in return. We gotta spread the love. Everybody gets spoiled. I feel like Oprah here today. You get a park. You get a park. Everybody gets a park. Oh, and I hope we don't slow down anytime soon. Ooh, a robotic arm ride. Remotion track ride. Okay. Very, very interesting. Now, I didn't download anything for this park. As far as I could tell, there were no custom downloads or anything. So it'd be interesting to see how they do this type of ride without any custom assets. I guess we'll find out. Let's go. Holy good googly moogly, that was a lot better than I anticipated. A great use of the parabolic screens. I like the use of the animatronics as we're pulling out. The ghosts are coming at us. There's some really good usage of the spooky animatronics. And in a way that, like, we normally see these types of rides being done with, like, a huntsman, and they're kind of, like, pandering along a little bit on the boring side. But the use of the robotic arm, being able to twist it, pull it back, and change the angle of things, created for a very dynamic and interesting experience that I thoroughly enjoyed. It was like the assets that have sort of bothered me and bored me over time have gotten a new injection of awesomeness. So there you go. Follow PixelWess's Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, guys. Very cool. All right, we're going to our little Asia area. This looks very fancy and elaborate. I like the height. I like the gardens, the spinning teacups. Everything about this looks amazing. Give it up for PixelWess. We got an exit here. People are queuing down beneath us. That's kind of cool. This is where we enter in. It looks like it's a coaster, if I believe so. Oh, a Junior Dragon. I love these guys. I really do. Okay, we're going at the back of the train here. We're going to do pop-up and at the back. Woo! Here we go. Love a good Junior. I had to give it a nighttime ride too. The atmosphere was just so stunning. How could you not? Plus, it's a pretty short coaster. Don't mind riding that one twice. A very good family-friendly ride. Love a good dragon. Okay, well, looks like we have an inverted coaster intertwining all the way around this gigantic, what do you call this? Emperor's Castle? I don't even know. It's cool, though. Shanhaiguan. Shenanigans. Ha! Oh, look at that. Dressing up the TMTK. Very good touch. We'll take the fast pass. Oh, hello. Where are we going? What? Well, there's a surprise around every turn. Isn't there? A log flume, not the longest log flume. I'm okay with that. All right. This is gonna be quite the log flume, as we're kind of like riding the castle, what do you call it? The castle walls? As like a moat through all this lush scenery and intertwining coaster tracks. There's a giant flat ride being lifted up in the air in the background there. That's amazing. Cherry blossom trees to our left. A little harbor of sorts for shipping and receiving all sorts of goods. Amazing. Ooh. That's a little creepy. I like it. Wow. This is so cool. PixelWess. Well, I hope it was worth the wait, PixelWess, but I'm so happy to be finally featuring this. And considering you submitted this 8 months ago, I'm only assuming you've already got another one on the go. And I'm super glad that the Mini Park Contest 2 community contest got you inspired to get back into Planet Coaster. Everybody needs a break from the game and we find our inspiration again. I myself have been having a blast with Project Planko, making our own theme park. Pretty soon we'll have all the main attractions in. We should definitely be finishing it this year. Exciting. I think we're gonna have to do a live stream on the final park spotlight. That would be cool. What do you guys think of this idea? Candyland, the first park that I organized and built with the community, that ran at like 8 frames per second. I was never able to do a park spotlight on it. What I did was a presentation spotlight, so I used Cheat Engine to show off all the rides. But we could never actually walk around the park. Would you guys like to see a park spotlight of Candyland in real time? I don't know how good it's gonna run. It was probably one of the biggest parks in Planet Coaster history. It was a complete slog fest, but I might be able to run it at like 20 frames. That's not bad. And we could try some optical flow to speed things up, and yeah, maybe we could pull it off. If that's something you'd like to see, let me know down in the comments, guys. I am definitely open to new ideas and suggestions now that I have this beast of a machine. Nothing is off the table. Although this thing is heating up. I feel myself melting in my computer room. Oh, it is quite warm in here. I don't know how many videos I can record in a row without cooking myself to death in this little office. I got a fan here. I'm gonna turn it up. Hopefully you guys can't hear it. I'll find out in post if there's a little bit of a hum. I won't put it on next time, but just a tiny little breeze really goes a long way. Okay, there's got to be an entrance to this coaster. This is probably an exit, right? How do we get in from the other side? La 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 la. Sorry guys, I'll try not to use the shift key. Here we go. Entrance. Oh, we have a little play me. I didn't download any custom audio. Oh. You just use spooky noises. We'll take the regular cue for this, since we just hit a play me button. Oh, sleeping dragon. This is quite the maze. Kind of creepy. Great ambience. Wow. The amount of time it takes to build a queue here. No wonder this took you 3.5 years. Holy moly. We have arrived at the inverted coaster. 3 inversions, 50 miles per hour, almost a kilometer in length. I'll do track view. What in the world is that sound? I'm assuming we're at the end of the coaster here, but this is one that I really want to see during the daytime. So we're going to do a seat view for this one and check it out once more. Let's go. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I am smiling ear to ear. It's gonna take me a hot minute before I let the power of this new computer settle in. Years and years of park spotlights, and never have I ever been able to run them like this before. It is just a blessing. And what's even crazier, what I'm seeing is actually better than what you guys are seeing. I locked my recording to 30 frames, and I'm getting 40 plus most of the time. Sometimes it dips to 30. So Batch told me that there's this method called optical flow. I checked it out in Premiere. It seems to be valid, and I haven't really tried it. I'll find out after editing these two parks that I've recorded this week. But apparently, like, optical flow will add more frames in between. I'm not sure how it does it, but it does it. So if you record at 30 and put optical flow on, it will make it look like it has 60. So I can either give you guys 40 raw or lock it at 30 and give you 30 with optical flow. And I was thinking optical flow would be better because this would most likely be a park that doesn't go above 30. To my surprise, I've been running at 40 frames the whole time, and I still can't believe there's 4,000 guests in this park. It's time to crank up the numbers. I'm actually curious to go to a semi-medium-sized park and see how many guests I can let in. We gotta do a park spotlight with 9,000 guests in the park, or just see how many we can actually get in. Why not? So this is the queue for the Sky Temple, which is that ride right there. I'm not too crazy about this ride, but we can take a look at it. It's just the... Oh, we're in a kid's view. We have to find an adult. There you go. Ooh, she's pointing out there. Look at that. Actually, it is quite a nice ride. What am I saying? I'm crazy. What a beautiful park. I like how it's all divided by this gigantic lake. Little continents, as the park is called. Very fun. I'm pretty excited about that dive coaster back there. One of the best Asian-themed areas I have seen in a very long time. I thought this was exceptionally well done. There was a lot of height and integration between the buildings and the coasters, and it was a little bit confusing to navigate, but that's also what I liked about it. It just felt like it had a lot of complexity to it. So what do we have here? Like a little Viking area. Okay. One thing I got to get used to is going even slower, because I think with the optical flow, it might be a little jarring at times. I'm gonna have to see how that works. I'm still learning. It's like a new learning curve for me, but hopefully I can get everything down. I did look at the recording size for my last recording was 15 gigabytes, which isn't that bad. It was like a 2-hour episode with the intro and all that. So I have a 4 terabyte NVMe. It would take like, I think I did the math, it was like 300 park spotlights to fill up the drive completely. That being said, how much more expensive would 4K be? 4K is only double the resolution, right? I don't know how the math works on that. But I am curious to see how expensive it will be for me to record all of these parks in 4K, because if you guys watching have a 4K monitor or a TV, I would love to be able to give you that quality content. I'm just a little scared that I might blow up my editing software or cap out my hard drives. I'll test it, but at this moment I'm still on a 1080p monitor, but by the time you guys are watching it, I should have a 4K 144 hertz. I'm waiting for it to arrive right now. Should be here in a day or two. So we have a boat ride. Normally I prefer boat rides, log flumes, and that sort of thing during the day, but this seems to me like it will be a dark ride of sorts. So why don't we do seat view, nighttime, and off we go. I love it. I've talked about in the past that Viking is a non-native theme to Planet Coaster. In other words, there are no pieces in the game that are Viking themed. You have to build them yourself from scratch. That being said, it's even more rare that you get to see a Viking themed coaster or ride. We've seen a good handful of coasters, I would say, because people like to make these little Viking villages and then they wrap a coaster around it and that sort of thing. But to do a dark ride, that felt pretty impressive to me. I really thoroughly enjoyed how that was done. Oh crap, look at this. I switch it to day and then I'm going into a ruinous part of the park. I'm struggling here with the clock. Do we shoot? Did I come through here already? I'm kind of confused. I don't know where the Viking village went anymore. Was it on the other side of this? Either this is one really long coaster, or it's two. And there's a little Bavarian area. Let's go check this out real quick. Actually, let's go on this coaster first. I have a feeling what looks to be a small Bavarian village is going to be an adventure we're going to get lost in for the next 10-15 minutes. While I was getting... Where's the entrance? Am I going up an exit? Am I getting hoodwinked? People are coming down here. PixelWess. Oh, I was going to say, why didn't you make me an exit sign? It's so dark, I didn't even see it. We're off the hook, guys. I think we're on 8 parks without going up an exit. People are counting flat rides. That doesn't count. Okay, well, I didn't quite get to the coaster, but I will go on this here little car ride. This is a cute little greenhouse. Oh my goodness. I like the vibes here. We're gonna switch it back to day. Macchina Botanica. Botanica? Ooh, I'm feeling it. Although, it's adorable. Yeah, we need a better view. Let's go. So cheery and happy. I am just on cloud 9, guys. Look how good this game runs. I feel like the game just came out. And Reshade just making it look beautiful as ever. I've talked about in the past how I always prefer when people learn when to stop. Some people just go end to end to end to end, and the game was never designed to do that. But now that the CPUs are starting to catch up with the game's how much assets are being loaded into this game, it doesn't really matter. The opposite statement might actually be true. Frontier is going to have to give us an update where we can increase the borders of the park even larger. Then I'm going to be back to normal going, guys, slow it down, slow it down. Stop making such big parks. And then we wait till 2033 and we get like the Intel 19 CPUs with 74 cores. And we're back to here again. Well, it's, in all honesty, we're still not there yet, though. Most games are optimized for 60, and I'm still like, I'm just like in tears that I'm getting 30, 40. You know you've been suffering for a long time when you're just joyful about 40 FPS. Quartz Peaks. Okay, so I'm gonna cheat. Found it. Cheated. Go at night. I have no idea where this side path was. Did I go down? I have no idea where I am. That's a good sign to me, though. When I'm getting lost, I'm enjoying your park. Absolutely. Let's go. Okay, I'm cutting line. Excuse me, coming through. I got a fast pass. The one downside of these mega queues is like I put 4,000 guests in the park for a reason, not so that all of them would be stuck in this one queue. 1.4 kilometers in length, 5 inversions, 3 airtime counts, 50 miles per hour. I'm gonna assume this is a launch coaster. Copperhead Strike launch, indeed it is. We're gonna do this at day and night, starting with nighttime because I think that's in its intention, and I think it's best preferred in track view, so we'll start with that. Let's go. Okay, well, that was intended to be a dark ride and best at night. I actually preferred the daytime more, personally. There were some really gorgeous viewpoints, and I noticed the interactions with the other coaster a bit better. It was pretty stunning. Okay. Let's go get lost in the little barbarian village. Mountain Valley. But there's also this little area. I kind of want to jump on this little plane ride. I like this ride a lot. And I like my frame rate even more. I can finally appreciate these small little things. Amazing. So happy, guys. So happy. Alright, to the Mountain Valley. I saw a bobsled. I think I saw a water ride back here. And I think there was another surprise. Oh, yes, there's definitely another surprise. A surprise that I'm especially excited about. I mentioned it in the last episode even. I'll talk about it when we get there. Well, this is quite nice. I'm gonna go up first. I want that view. That vista. Oh, that's a gondola. And this is the surprise, guys. Oh. Go-karts. Now, why is go-karts such an important surprise, you may ask? You cannot ride go-karts in Planet Coaster unless you have guests in your park. And even if you let in 200 guests, you would have to have every coaster in the park on test mode for them to actually work their way to the go-karts and go on it. So it's actually one of the things we used to do in go-karts is just zip around the track with the camera, which really doesn't do the go-karts any justice whatsoever. I'm getting turned up here. Oh, and they're taking off without us. Hey, Chief. How you doing, buddy? Oh, there's like little instructions here. Go-kart, food, and orders. Ah. It's the worst racing track ever made. I love it. A Professor Wurst German go-kart. Okay, we're just gonna jump on this. I know they'll be mid-lap, but screw it. Let's check it out. They're gonna do a once-over anyway, so probably a multi-lapper here. I feel like they're going extra fast. Probably just not used to riding them, yet alone at a normal frame rate. Oh, look at this. Boom. Nice little trigger. You don't see triggers on go-karts often. This spooky German hybrid is rather interesting. I like the circuit a lot. This is fun. Oh my god. I want more parks with incredible go-karts, guys. If you know of a mega park that has go-karts, get my attention on Discord, because I want to go to all the mega parks and ride all the longest go-karts with my newfound love for this computer and this game again. Yup. I want a Mario go-kart contest now. Actually, fun fact. The first community contest we ever did in Planet Coaster was go-karts. Although, it was my first contest I've ever hosted and I didn't really know how to do things. We actually looked at all of the rides off camera. We didn't record any of them. And then we decided what the top 3 were, just the 3 judges. And then we made a video of them. So it was a bit of a waste of content because we got to ride all the coasters or the go-karts, but nobody else did. I kind of want to ride the gondola. Okay, this one's just leaving. Ah, that was not difficult at all. Yeah, so the go-kart contest was a bit of a waste of content because I could have made, I don't know how many submissions there were, maybe 20, but I could have made 20 videos out of it. Everyone could have had a good time riding go-karts. So what do you guys think? Is it time we brought back the go-kart contest part 2? The very first contest ever made? But if I were to do something like that, I would almost want it to be like extremely extravagant. You know, like I want to race through beautiful villages, and if you only have to like build what you see from the perspective of the actual go-kart itself, you know, I think it's a fun idea. As long as we get some really cool views and circuits out of it, go-kart is definitely something underutilized, but it is a lot of theming, so it would have to be like a several month contest, I think. It's a fun idea, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. All right. I also saw, is this like a suspended steel swinging coaster? Yeah, it's a steel hydra suspended. So there's that, but there's also the bobsled, and I have no idea. I'm gonna jump cut. Now it's like we actually got off the gondola. And maybe from here, Quartz Peaks. That's gotta be the bobsled. Unless it's just the gondola on this side. I have no idea. We're jumping all this nonsense. It's so colorful. Bobsled. Thank you. Quartz Peaks. There's a look at the stats. Let's go. Wow. Not easy to theme a bobsled, and also not really necessary either. But I thought it was very fun that there were all these little scenes using like the Christmas lights for like the little beady bad eyes, and cool little crystal caverns and spider caves. Lots of interesting things that you can actually see from the perspective of the bobsled. So just getting that tilt shift right with the theming, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Okay, where am I going now? I want to make my way over to the suspended steel coaster, which could possibly be this, but I feel like there would be a bigger sign. And that's the gondola. That's why there's no bigger sign. Oh, we got a spinning coaster up in here too. Why do I feel like the suspended steel... I'm gonna cheat again. Huh? It's in the mountain pass? Okay, I'm walking out the exit. Oh, and the entrance is also at the exit. Wait a second, I gotta figure this out. Oh. What? So you can only... Oh, yeah, I see. I went into this... I didn't see that the road came back here from the gondola. I thought that was the exit. It's a little sneaky hidden back here. But it makes sense to me now. I like the hidden surprise, the little nook. Dangle Peaks. Let's go get our dangle on. I'm taking fast pass. Bye now. I'm a Patreon. I get priority. Patreon down in the description below. 1.1 kilometers, 48 miles per hour. I suspect we're going to have some great swings on this. We're going seat view, of course, and let's go. Something seems wrong here. I've been waiting for a while. It says it's open, but it's not going anywhere. I think I have to close it down and test it, and then delete the path. Sorry, people. Now let's try this. Oh, it's going without us. Yeah, something was buggered out there, unfortunately. Loved it. I'm a big fan of this area of the park. I like how challenging it was to find some of these like nooks and crannies. Like you have a little ride hidden back here, but then you have like a go-kart also hidden back here. Then you have the bobsled hidden on the other side. You have to come at this area from all sorts of different angles, but look at the composition that it creates. It's very captivating. It's very cozy. I like all the little nooks. It makes it fun to kind of like explore. And my favorite parks are the ones that use elevation, right? Like we have this chasm down below, waterfalls and big mountains up top high. It creates this big contrast between high and low, and then creates all these amazing opportunities to wrap coasters and rides around it all. To me, that is the most captivating experience you can make in Planet Coaster, is taking advantage of your height and depth. Very, very well done. Definitely my favorite area in the park so far. And I'm not sure if this is our last area. There might be some stuff in between, but this one is probably the last substantial area in terms of gigantic, bold strokes. Right? Like it stands out. We got this great Indian area, Mediterranean. It's looking really cool. Giant landmark over here, centerpiece. Oh, and a wooden coaster. We're going straight for the Woody, I think. Well, there's the queue for the spinning coaster, so we might go that first. Then the Woody. Kervan. I'm loving the queues. It's like we're walking through like a little market. It's kind of fun. We're hitting the fast pass here. The fat pass. We'll give this 2 rides. We'll go 1 spin and 1 without. Buckle up. Oh, ride stats if you want to see them are here. 50 miles per hour on a spinny boy. Hot damn. Let's go. Okay, that was really solid. I really enjoyed the spin control on that coaster there. I'm looking forward to seeing how it rides like a regular coaster. I think if we do the intersect look forward, it shouldn't spin. I hope that's the case because I want to stay elevated. And it spun right out of the get-go. Let's see if we spin here. Oh no, we do spin. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. What can I do here? I want to watch them spin. I'm gonna just try and follow it. I'll try this. I am in love with this coaster. I don't know what it is. The vibrance of it, the smoothness, the dynamic spins and twists and up and down. Got a snake pit down there and the views of everything. It was a gorgeous ride with just incredible environmentals surrounding it. And it was butter smooth the whole way through. Love it. I am in love with Planet Coaster again, guys. And this here, I forgot to mention, is episode 590. I felt like between this and Rai-Rai's park that we featured earlier this week on Thursday. Let's go here. This is Nadire, the dive coaster. It's got to be the dive coaster. So between this and Rai-Rai's park, I was like, oh, I should save one of these for episode 600. Because obviously for 600, you don't do 100 park spotlights every often, you know? It's a big milestone, 600. So I feel like I need something just megalithic for 600. And it would have been something like this or Rai-Rai's. And now I'm like, how do I top these? But at the same time, I'm obviously... Oh, it's the boat ride. Why did I think it was the dive coaster? There is a dive coaster, right? There's so many surprises for us to find still. This one's taken off. No, I think we missed our chance. We'll get on this one here. There's a look at the ride stats if you guys want to see them. But I didn't finish my thoughts, so let me find the train and we'll... I actually really like this boat view. I might do this again, or this orbit view. Finish my thought as we go up the lift here. Yeah, episode 600 is a big milestone. Obviously, I would have wanted to feature something like this or Rai-Rai's for that special moment. But then if I'm only doing like 1 or 2 parks a week, I'm trying to up it to 2, by the way. I've been trying to consistently keep up with that. You know, that's still 10 episodes away before we get there. And that would be at least 5 weeks. Unless I just get so motivated to do parks, and I'm pretty motivated, that I up it to 3 a week. We'll see. But episode 600 is about a month away. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know on Discord, in the comments. What's the park for that big milestone? Wow, look at this. This is incredible. Oh my. This might just be my favorite area of the park now. Right? There's so much color. I like the purples, the yellows. The buildings are really phenomenal. And the intricacies of how these rides navigate through the buildings with lots of like very sweeping banking turns on the coasters. It's really quite special, this area. Yeah. I think you've won up to my favorite little from the Barbarian. There's just too much detail here. Like, too much in a good way. Like, it's just flabbergasting. How can this not be the best area? But there was something cozy about the Barbarian as well. There's the dive. Look at that. We're doing a high five with the dive. High five dive. Oh, what is going on here? So that is still a part of this themed area, the dive coaster. So I was warm, but not quite there yet. Good use of the vintage lights. They fit really well in this area, in this theme. Damn. Yeah, now I'm feeling like with this new computer, anything's possible. And I think we're in need of a. PixelWess brought it up that he was inspired from the mini park contest too. So far, we've done a mini park contest every like 2 years back to back. This would be the first time we don't in we would skip a year if we don't do one this year. But I was a little burnt out after the last one. So maybe I need a year off. But this computer handles parks so well now. I just want to see them all. It's a good time to get caught up though, right? Just see what's in the inbox, grab it all, and just go. I'm sure the more park spotlights I make, the happier you guys will be too. But don't forget about coasters, guys. I've been putting effort into making some pretty good coaster spotlights. They don't seem as popular anymore like they used to be. But it's rare that we get a good exploration coaster spotlight anymore. You know, back in the day, not only did Megaparks not run on anyone's computer, but because it was so hard to make a park in this game, a lot of people opted into making gigantic park experiences that you get to ride with just one coaster. And thus the exploration coaster contests and sort of era of big coasters began, because people didn't have to worry about adding all these additional rides and attractions and shops and facilities which aid into the frame rate. But those have kind of feel like a thing of the past now. I haven't seen any, and I want to say years. The only person still doing them is like Tommy T. So give me your mega coasters, guys. I want more. But hey, I'm okay with just riding coasters in parks now that I can actually run parks. So here we go. We have the wooden coaster. It's green across the board, 60 miles per hour, only 640 meters in duration, 3 airtime counts. Not the craziest stats, but the coasters have not been disappointing thus far. So I still have high hopes for this one here. Let's see what it's got going on here. I think we'll do the pop-up view at the back. I want to ride the back of the train. Let's go. Yeah, not the craziest track length on that. I'm not mad at it. It's better to have a Woody in your park than to not. It's a pretty simple track layout, though. It was a good track layout. Definitely good. Yeah, I mean, it's a solid. It's well-rounded. I think the banking on it was really nice. The shape of it's really good. I just come to expect the bar has been raised so often on wooden coasters that it takes a lot for me to get, like, super impressed by them now. So you gotta step it up with your woodies, guys. But that was actually pretty good. Okay, I am headed back to Main Street now, but I've definitely missed the dive coaster. I just seemed to be headed in one direction, so I just wanted to close it off. We have now made a full loop back to the entrance, but I don't think it's yet done there yet. I know we have the dive coaster, but I have a feeling in between getting half lost, there is more coasters hidden in this park. But he did say 10, but they also said 2 water rides and 2 dark rides. Did we do those? I will hit the ride list. How do we get to you? How do I get to you? Under here, maybe? Son. Yeah, I'm taking priority. Beat it, nerd. I just called her a nerd, and she's gonna probably be sitting next to me. This is awkward. Nothing wrong with being a nerd, guys. I'm a nerd. Embrace your inner nerd. Here's a look at the stats. 60 miles per hour. Biggest drop is only 32 meters. Come on, PixelWess. I expected more out of you. I want to dive up in the sky, down into the ground. Give me 60 minimum. Next time. All right, here we go. Oh, look at the timing of that. There goes the cascade. I love that. Beautiful. Not mad at it. I felt like my anticipation was higher than my appreciation, but it was still pretty solid. I definitely think that this Mediterranean area is my favorite. There's a lot of complexities going on here, and it's just gorgeous. It really is. It's amazing. Okay, ride list time, and if there's no more rides, we'll go to final thoughts. I mean, I didn't ride the observatory, and considering how, well, it's so tall, these things, like, hello? Yeah, I mean, I'm up here, right? All it's gonna do is give us this view, so I guess I'm okay with not riding it. There's the boat ride. I didn't really check that out. That might actually be worth it. So I'll give my final thoughts on the boat, maybe. So we have, in fact, hit all of the rides from the ride list. The only thing I haven't really ridden was the boat ride, which, honestly, with how good the park is running, how beautiful the park is looking, I think there's something to be said about just sitting back and appreciating the views. I really love how Reshade is capturing this park as well. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous park. I love how it's all divided into continents. Lots of different themed areas, but not your typical themed, like, oh, I did sci-fi, adventure, and fantasy. Rather, the regions around the world, different continents, if you will. And I much prefer that, to be honest. It's can get tiresome feeling the same Planko vanilla themes over and over again. I think we go 2 times speeds. So very refreshing, bringing unique themes to the table, and done at like a 10 out of 10 legend quality, as PixelWess does every single time in their creations. And it was such a joy to be able to experience that all at, like, well, on my end, it was mostly 40 FPS. I actually feel regretful for locking my FPS at 30 for the recording, but I'm really hoping that the optical flow looks good, and I hope it all turned out well on your guys' end. But this is a new process for me. I'm trying to learn when to use 30, when to not. Obviously, we're going to run into parks in the future here that are just running perfect on my computer, right? Anything less than this park, which this is basically an end-to-end mega park, is going to be like above 40. So almost 60, right? And this is an end-to-end mega park. So basically every single park from now on, no matter how big it is, we're going to get like a solid 30 FPS. With optical flow, it'll look better. Hopefully. I just got to figure that part out on my end. And then anything smaller than that is going to run literally flawlessly. So this is like the new era of Planet Coaster. Pretty cool. Hardware caught up to a 7-year-old game, and it made a 7-year-old game feel like it's new again. You gotta imagine, like, I bought a new computer a year after Planet Coaster came out, and here I was, like, loading up parks and getting 10, 15 FPS. You gotta know how defeating that is. When people in the comments are like, you need a new computer, when I just got a new computer and spent all my money. Oh, and this computer was a small fortune, so I really paid $500 a frame here. It's scary, to say the least. But I hope it's all worth it. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you do, leave a like, subscribe, drop a comment. Any engagement to help the videos helps us get recommended, helps people see, more people see this amazing creator's creation, brings more attention, subscribers in, because now is the best time to subscribe, as I'm gonna go on a roll. I got a new computer, I gotta put it to use. So we'll be rolling them out like a roller coaster. Oh, I think we've done a full circle now. I'm so captivated by the look of that dive coaster. Love the purple on that, as well as like the light beige. It's a very good contrast. Okay, so final thoughts and favorite coasters. I want to know what your favorite coaster is and why. I didn't ride this coaster. Wait, how? What? Oh no, we did. We did. Why is it? Yeah, it's the first coaster we rode. It was a winged launch. It looked completely different. Yeah, I looked at the ride list, so I know. That's why I was kind of scratching my head there. I love the way this area looks, and I really love this Flying Dragon coaster, the inverted, but I'm also in love with the way this area looks. I think these are equally the best looking areas, but I think this one gets the edge. I thought this one was the coziest area. Something about it really calls to me. So yeah, my favorite area is going to go to this Mediterranean. Favorite coaster. I really like the spinning coaster, oddly enough. I really liked it. So it's between the spinning coaster for me and what's this one called? Dragon Chaser. I really like the Dragon Chaser. Actually, I'm going to give it to the Dragon Chaser. That's my favorite coaster in the park. And then I'll give spinning coaster second. Even sometimes less is more. Wow. There it is. A captivating mega park from the one and only PixelWess. I'm so glad, like, I didn't just bite the bullet and feature it back. I labeled it as a FPS sad face in my inbox, which meant I'll come back to it in the future one day when I get a good computer. I was still skeptical that new computers could run this game because my old computer runs every game. I'd say my old computer is like better than 95% of people's computers. I run all games on high detail. The difference is this one is capable of 144 Hertz 4K and HDR. It's just running things exceptionally better, but I never had a problem running games on Ultra in the past. So it seemed absurd to me to buy a new computer, but I hope it paid off. I hope, you know, this is worth it, and I hope people continue to watch the park spotlights and that we can pay off that computer eventually, one view at a time, one Patreon at a time, if you guys want to support the show, because I got a lot of stuff planned and in store for you in the future. But yeah, I hope it was worth the wait, PixelWess. I'm glad I saved it till later, and it was a joy running this at the beautiful frame rate and graphics settings that we have it all set at here. The park itself was just exceptional. 10 out of 10. Don't expect anything less from PixelWess at this point. He's an absolute legend, and What a joy. What an absolute joy. I'm speechless. I am lost for words and also just ecstatic. Absolutely ecstatic. A very colorful park. I'll give you that as well. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of color going on here and I love it. I really, really love it. So captivating park by it's the 6th park from PixelWess ever. I'll try to put some links down in the description below for their other parks, but maybe we'll have to go revisit them at some point when we run out of parks. All right, so that's going to do it for me in today's episode of Park Spotlight. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one down in the comments below, as well as fire away. Give PixelWess a comment. I'm sure they would love to hear what you have to say about their park. And thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye now.